Breaking news today, gift to Putin. Biden's description of the GOP vote on aid for Ukraine and Israel. On Wednesday, Republicans in the Senate attempted to get President Biden to agree to changes to U.S. border policy, which they did by blocking the advance of a $110 billion package of wartime financing for Israel and Ukraine and other national security objectives. Hours before Biden pronounced it stunning that Congress has not yet authorized tens of billions of dollars in economic and military aid for Ukraine, the vote, a 49-51 tally, fell short of the Senate's 60-vote threshold for proceeding. According to the AP, his administration has warned that lawmakers must take action or face severe consequences for Kyiv and also give a gift to Vladimir Putin of Russia. In his remarks at the White House, Biden stated that Republicans who are demanding changes to border policies in order to support the aid are playing chicken with our national security, while simultaneously expressing his willingness to consider certain policy adjustments. Republicans in Congress are willing to give Putin the greatest gift he could hope for, Biden said, stating that American credibility was at stake with other would-be aggressors and its allies too. Any disruption in our ability to supply Ukraine clearly strengthens Putin's position, the head of state stated. If we don't support Ukraine, what is the rest of the world going to do? Just hours before, Biden met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and other heads of state from the 7 advanced democracies that have stood firmly behind Ukraine in the face of Russia's continuous invasion. There has been pushback on Biden's plan to request nearly $106 billion from Congress to pay for the wars in Israel and Ukraine as well as other security demands. Even though the United States has already sent $111 billion in aid to Ukraine, some Republicans are sick of paying for it, and other Republicans are making changes to U.S. border policy a requirement for supporting the measure. More money should be allocated to border security, according to Biden. He made the statement, "We need to fix the broken border system," but he did not elaborate on the specific policy shifts he would adopt. The legislation's negotiating position on Capitol Hill nearly fell apart this week. Even though he has long advocated for more aid to Ukraine, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell urged his colleagues to reject the security package. The Senate will not pass legislation that does not include policy changes to secure our borders, McConnell stated earlier in the day during a speech he gave on the chamber floor. The situation unfolding at our southern border on President Biden's watch is a crisis of historic proportions. On Wednesday, Iran announced that it has launched an animal-carrying capsule into orbit in preparation for future human missions. Telecommunications Minister Isra Zarpour was quoted by the official IRNA news agency as saying that the capsule was launched 130 kilometers, 80 miles, into orbit. The 500-kilogram, 1,000-pound capsule is scheduled to be launched in the coming years with the intention of sending Iranian astronauts to space, according to Zarpour. Whether or not the capsule contained any animals was not specified. According to his interview with state TV, Iran intends to launch astronauts into space by 2029 following additional animal testing. State television broadcast images of the rocket Salman transporting the spacecraft. Launches of Iranian satellites and other spacecraft are occasionally announced. Iran claimed in September that it launched a satellite into orbit to gather data. Iran claimed success in 2013 after sending a monkey into space and then retrieving it. The Salman rocket was reportedly developed and launched by the Iranian Defense Ministry, while the Iranian Civil Space Agency was tasked with building the capsule. The location of the launch was not specified in the media reports. Launches from Iran's Imam Khomeini Space Center, located in the province of Semnan in the north, are the norm. Among its purportedly civilian goals is the advancement of scientific knowledge through its satellite program. Since the same technology can be utilized to develop long-range missiles, the United States and other Western nations have long harbored suspicions about the program. According to experts, Iran's Revolutionary Guard revealed its clandestine space program in 2020 when it claimed to have launched the Islamic Republic's first military satellite into orbit.